Okay, so quick update on day 5. In the morning I decided to stay at the marriage enrichment retreat instead of go hang out with the kids, and that was such a blessing. They had homework from the day before apparently to make a prayer plan to pray with their wives. The pastors did, because apparently they don't pray like just with them and their wives. They just pray alone and as a family. So the wives were also really encouraged to speak, because apparently the day before they didn't talk, so the pastors would speak for them. And yesterday morning, a lot of the sisters stood up and shared their prayer plan that they had with their husband, and it was just so encouraging, and it just made me so happy that they were standing up and they were speaking. And one lady even she was more comfortable speaking in her mother tongue, which was not Hindi. So she spoke in that, and then one of the pastors translated that into Hindi, and then the translator translated from Hindi to English. So it was like a triple translation, which was pretty cool. And let's see. We learned about conflict resolution, which I think was pretty good, even if you aren't married. But Danita and John did a fantastic job with teaching that, and it was awesome. And Steph and I were both in that part of it, and we decided to. They had times where you would like talk to your spouse or whatever about your conflict, and we decided to do it since we live in the same household, but we didn't really have a conflict. But we did come up with a cool name for our apartment, but I'm not saying it yet because it's a surprise. And after that, we got group pictures and did some worship, and then we went and got lunch. The pastors packed all their stuff up, and went and got lunch, hung out with the pastors a little bit again, and then it was a crazy day. So as they were leaving, the girls got here. So it was like saying goodbye, but also saying hello and being so excited for the girls. So it was a crazy, emotional day. So the girls got here, and that was just awesome. They, Sneha asked me if I wanted to go and see them when they got off the bus, and I was like, yeah, sure. And I didn't know what to expect, I guess, but I did expect them to not want to talk to me. But one girl, her name is, am I allowed to say their names? I'm not gonna. One of the girls came right up to me and was like, hi, Dee, like, what's your name? And I told her my name, and she told me hers, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. So a lot of them came up and talked to me. I met a lot of the house mothers. Then they got lunch. We kind of just hung out for a little bit, and then we had to be somewhere at 4. We kind of got another debriefing on how we act around the girls, what the rules are, stuff like that. And then we got their gift bags that we made for them with their name tags, and they all came in. We cheered for them, and they called them up one by one, and we ran up there and gave them their gift bag and their name tag. And same with the house mothers, did the same thing. So that was really fun. And then we played like a get to know you game where we just like passed a monkey around a circle and asked like your favorite color and what their name was. And Indian names are so beautiful. I have not heard one name that I didn't like. There's probably names that I can't pronounce, but they're all really pretty. After that, we danced for like, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe, which is a long time when you're in a hot room with like 40 people in India. But So I was dripping sweat, but it was so fun. There's one girl who is a fantastic hip-hop dancer. Like, I was blown away. And she's amazing, so I was kind of just following whatever she did, which was fun. We did the Cupid Shuffle, we did the wobble, and they seemed to like that. So that was fun, and then we all got to go swimming, which, if we remember how swimming with the pastors was, it was terrifying. And swimming with the girls was less terrifying, but still made me very nervous. So we swam with them, and a lot of them were really scared at first, and then they realized they could touch, and they were fine. But they, like, wanted to go in the deep end immediately, which was scary to me, because they didn't understand why they weren't allowed. But there were so many people in the pool that it overflowed over into, like, the dining area. And there's, like, a spill guard, like, all around the pool for when, like, you splash and stuff. But we had so many people in it that it overflowed, which was funny. But that was so fun. I got to play beach ball and help a couple girls, like, kick and try to swim. So that was cool. We had dinner after that, and I sat with 4 of the girls and then Jen from the trip. And one of the girls spoke English very well, and the other one that I talked to most of the time, she spoke English well enough that I understood what she was saying. Not as good as the other girl, but she was really good at it. So we were just talking. She was asking me questions. I was asking her questions. She asked me if I like Indian food, and I found out that I think 3 of the 4 girls at my table were Muslim. So that was, I guess, something I didn't expect, since Crossover is a Christian organization. But they were Muslim, and they told me what parts of India they were from. And the girl I talked to most of the time, she asked me questions about my family, and if I was the only one here in India, and if I was afraid, and how the plane was, and all that stuff. And then Usha came over, and Usha is on the trip with us, but she speaks Hindi and, like, a million other languages. So the girl was talking to Usha, and Usha said that she was really happy that she could practice her English with me and that I understood what she was saying. And I told her that her English was really good. And then they tried to teach me some Hindi words, which I'm getting better. I maybe know like 3 whole phrases now. And one of the girls, I realized afterwards, was teaching me Marathi, which is a different language. So I'm not sure which of the words I learned were Hindi and which ones were not. But it was fun, and they laughed at me when I was trying to speak it, so that's good enough for me. And then they went to bed, and we just kind of hung out and learned about cricket and did a dizzy bat, which was hilarious, and just kind of talked with people, and then went to bed because we have to be at worship at 7:30. And what time is it right now? Almost 7:30. Okay, gotta go. But one thing about the pastors that I wanted to remember was that they were talking about like their prayer time, and it was fascinating because their prayer time, they like already prayed like 4 times a day. So they needed to add in like another prayer time with their wives, and they all said they fast once a week, and it was just crazy inspiring. But gotta go. Okay, bye.